Graham, how are you doing? You okay?
I'm grand.
A bit of housekeeping
Okay.
first. New signing today, Luke Jeffcott. Is he going to be available for Sunday?
You probably have to ask Mr. Evans, Garrett, our secretary. I'm sure he's doing everything he possibly can to get him registered in time. So if that goes through, he will be available. If it doesn't go through, he won't.
And in terms of who might not make it in regards to injuries, have you had anyone pull out this week of all weeks?
No, surprisingly everybody's fit and all the injured are fit as well. So there's been a few miraculous recoveries. But look, it's good news that we're on the road, we're on the mend, because we've probably had a tough time. 3 months, September, October and November has been really tough, where we've only had 14, 15 players available. So it's brilliant that the lads are all fit, available and on the road to recovery.
You said it's good news. It's been a week full of good news for Newport County. The takeover finally confirmed by the EFL yesterday. Hugh Jenkins, now chairman and owner, he said he's full of respect for the fantastic job you've done in very trying circumstances this year. How has your relationship been, and what was your reaction to the news getting over the line?
Look, we knew it was on the horizon for a while. I've had a good relationship with Hugh since I've met him. He's a fully experienced man at all levels of the game, not just as a chairman. He's done many strings to his bow. Recruitment, CEO. He's built up Swansea as well. So he will bring a lot of experience, a lot of nous, a lot of knowledge, a lot of expertise as well. So we're looking forward to having him on board. Great news that it's come yesterday. Obviously, it keeps the good news going. So yeah, it should be really positive. It should be really positive because the vibes and the conversations I've had with him so far have been brilliant, really, to be fair. And again, obviously bringing Luke in yesterday is another notch, another positive. So yeah, Hugh was very much on board with that as well. So yeah, it's positive. It's been a really good week. Let's hope we can make it continue.
Yeah, he certainly timed it well, because let's spell it out. All the focus on a huge game this Sunday, Newport County's name going around the world and the windfall that comes with it. But at the start of the season and over the summer, it was very trying times for yourself and for the club off the field. Yeah,
look, that's the past. It was tough. Won't hide that fact. It was tough on the pitch. It was tough off the pitch. It was just one blow after another. Losing players that we didn't want to lose, the losses that we announced, having to rip up the plans, the process, having to restart, rejig, and then of course waiting for Ryan to sign. We were waiting weeks for him to sign. So yeah, it was a turbulent summer, shall we say. But look, I think we've put together a really good group of lads, good group of staff, and we've grown from strength to strength. And we were really tested September, October, November with our injuries. And that was a real tough time for each and every one of us at the club, and they've all come through it. We've got the other side of it, and as we said earlier on, we've got players making their way back from injury now. So yeah, we're in a good place. We're in a real good place. But we've had to come through many a storm to get here.
And now this, hopefully a very sunny day for you and the club. Talk to me about the enormity of the tie. What has it been like walking around the city or doing your shopping?
I don't do the shopping, I leave that to the wife. But listen, the lads have been brilliant yesterday and today. So it's probably the best they've trained. So I wish we could play Man United every week. But no, listen, it's been great. The town has been buzzing. Anywhere you go, you know, as you quite rightly said, people are speaking and want 2 minutes of your time. So that's brilliant. And it's better that you have it that way than the other way in football, because if people are not patting you on the back in football, they're kicking you up the backside. So I'd much rather have a pat on the back than a size 9 up the backside. So yeah, listen, it's great for the town, great for the city, great for the players and the club. And I just hope they can go and enjoy the occasion and represent themselves and their families to the best of their ability.
Look, it's a fairy tale just to have this occasion for the supporters of the club and yourself and the players. But I'm sure you're going to be greedy and want to take it another step and perhaps force a replay or even win. Have you thought about that, and have you thought about how you do it?
No, we've just thought about ourselves, really, just representing ourselves, game plan, and giving the best and the best account of ourselves as we possibly can. What will be will be. You got to realise we're going up against an elite football club, a top group of players, Premier League players, athletes, machines. Call them what you want. We're the underdogs, obviously. We've got a lot on our plate on Sunday to try and represent ourselves as best we can. We've not thought about anything other than Sunday.
And just finally to you, Graham, what kind of atmosphere should Manchester United and Ten Hag expect? You've got a sample of it against Wrexham. You know this crowd. What's awaiting Manchester United?
Well, they probably would have seen the game from last week. They would have studied the game from last week, and what would have come through while they're watching the game would have been the atmosphere, would have been the noise of our fans. And irrespective this season whether we've been winning, losing or drawing, our fans have got right behind us. And at times our fans have dragged us over the line. They dragged points, they dragged wins out of games where we didn't think it was possible. But the noise that they make, they're so supportive. I remember there was some bad days, bad times we've had over the last 15 months that we've had won games, and the fans still cheer you off the pitch. Once they know and they can see that the lads are giving their all and representing the club, the badge and the community to the best of their ability, the fans will cheer this group of players on. And that's unique, and that's a strength of this football club and a strength of this community. And we're delighted as a group of boys, staff and players that we can give something back to the community. And hopefully this will be a community event on Sunday, and everybody will be involved and everybody will remember it, and it will be a day to remember, young and old.
And that community isn't very far away from the Duggards and that terrace, is it? You can hear everything, yeah?
Yeah, you can hear everything, yeah. Sometimes you don't want to hear something, but yeah, you can hear everything, yeah, because they're that close. They're on top of you, so it is a unique club, a unique atmosphere. It's a great place to play, great place to come. Visited this ground many a time as an opposition player, a manager, coach, and it is hostile. It's noisy, and when they get going and they start beating that drum, then it's an atmosphere to savour.
That's great. Ryan, would you echo that? Would you agree?
Yeah, I think so. Like the gaffer said, there's been plenty of occasions over the season so far where results probably haven't gone our way, but the fans have stuck with us all the way. And Sunday is obviously is going to be a game obviously where they're going to look forward to, and it's kind of like a celebration kind of for us and players and staff and stuff, for them sticking by us throughout the season so far. Everyone involved in the club, we've got to enjoy the occasion first and leave a good account of ourselves, make sure that we give 100% and we don't leave any stone unturned on Sunday.
How many tickets have you had to sort, and how many requests have you had?
Yeah, so I got a good few tickets, and there's a few more requests along the way, but yeah, you have to sort your family and close friends and stuff first, and there's a few people that missed out on tickets, but that's just how it goes in life.
And especially for you, because you're a United fan.
Yeah, I'm a United fan as well. Yeah, so support them since I've been a kid, so adds a bit of extra excitement for Sunday as well.
It's a huge occasion, as we've been discussing, and very often people have got eyes on what shirts they want. Is that something that the manager has banned, all that talk?
To be honest with ourselves, we've not really spoke about it too much.
Well, if you can get one for me, will you?
Yeah, I tell you, don't get me wrong. I think people will be looking for a shirt at the end of the game, but there hasn't been really any talk about any specifics, who's going for who or stuff like that. That'll just happen after the game. That sort of stuff happens after the game. We've got a job to do first, and yeah, that's the main objective, is to do the job, give ourselves a good account of ourselves, and hopefully that on Sunday we can have a bit of look at the draw as well, and God will be looking down on us, and we can hopefully get a result.
Because it does happen here. This club has got a proud tradition in this competition in recent years. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you're relatively new to the club. Is it something that you're aware of? Yeah, no, you're aware of it, obviously, with the amount of FA Cup games, and there's been a lot of Premier League teams that have had to come here and play. So you know that as an outsider, with obviously all the publicity that has come around the club in the last few years. Sundays is going to be another great occasion for us. Obviously we know ourselves how difficult the task is going to be on Sunday, but you have to back yourself as well, that it can
it can take one split moment where the tides can turn, and hopefully it turns for us on Sunday.
Do you think it would be a shock to the system for some of their team?
Yeah, it could be a shock, but a lot of them have played at the highest level, the elite level. They've played in Champions Leagues, Premier League week in, week out, played for their country, so it could be a different shock to them, but I think they'll know that the task at hand, and they'll be right at it as well.
Thanks very much both. Very best.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chris?
Graham, remember at Leicester last year you said there's no such thing as a free hit. Is that still the case this weekend?
Yep.
Yeah. You're going to, how do you get that sort of the result? How can you get there against United?
How do you get a result against Man United? Well, probably score more goals than them. That would be the obvious. But look, you're going up, as we know, we're going up against an elite team. They're a Premier League team. They're machines. So they're there for a reason. They're at that level for a reason. European footballers, as Ryan has just alluded to, international footballers. So it's going to be mighty difficult. It's going to be a hell of a task. It's going to be a hell of an ask. So we just got to show a bit of resolve. We've got to have a game plan in place. We've got to stick to the game plan. But again, you're going to need your goalkeeper to be on top form. You can't carry any passengers. You're going to need the lads all to produce one hell of a performance. You're going to need them to be slightly off. And again, you're going to need lady luck. You're going to need probably a decision or two to go your way as well. So there's a lot of factors that you're going to need to fall in place if you were to come away with any type of result.
Obviously, you're a United fan. They presume they don't have many weak spots you've got to identify.
No, they're pretty strong. To be fair, from where we're sitting, they're pretty strong. But like I say, Premier League, elite, top quality. So for us to be locking horns with them is obviously a privilege, an honour. But we will want to give a good account of ourselves, as I keep saying. And we want to. One thing about this group of lads that you guys will know as well as I do, they leave nothing. They leave nothing unturned. They leave everything on the pitch. They give their all. They run through brick walls, and we're going to need all of that again on Sunday.
You enjoyed this week so far? Or is it?
Well, I don't enjoy this bit, as you know. This is not me really. I like being on the grass with the lads. I like being around the training ground. But this side, I'm a little bit uncomfortable on this side of things. But yeah, it's grand. It's been alright. It's been okay. Could do without this, but hey ho, that's part and parcel of the job.
Is that where Spitty and the training ground is almost a sanctuary for everyone? You can get back to what you do.
Yeah, look, it's our training base, and we once we're on the grass, I think the lads will answer the question as well. I think once the players, the footballers, their job and the first protocol is on the grass. So yeah, we enjoy on the grass, we enjoy the gym. Some of them won't enjoy the gym as much as others, but yeah, we enjoy working hard, and that's the group that we have. So this is a little bit, that's why all the lads have come over today, just to try and experience it. We experience this as a group rather than individually, and it's great occasions. Some will probably be better than others in front of the cameras and the microphones, but one thing I know is when we go on the grass and we go on the training ground, we all work the same. We all work as hard as the next man.
You also have some hard decisions to make. Some will be disappointed, won't they, when you have to make that call? That's the 18 men. Yeah,
that's the toughest part. That's the toughest part of the job, because you got to let one or two lads down. You got to leave one or two lads out, and that if, like I've said it to you, I've gone on record saying that before. It's that is the hardest part of the job, because I've said this on numerous occasions before. They're a terrific group of lads. They're a brilliant group of lads to work with, and leaving one or two out, making one or two changes, not having one or two in the squad, it hurts them, but they don't know it. But it actually hurts me as well, because I would love to get every one of them on the pitch. I would love to give every one of them the equal opportunity. But obviously 22, 23 into 11 doesn't go. 23 into 19, well 20 isn't it, in the FA Cup, that doesn't go either. So there's always going to be disappointment, but it's how they handle it and it's how they deal with it. And I'm sure the one or two that are disappointed will get around the rest of the lads.
If Luke Jeffcott does get approval, I presume there's no room for sentimentality in terms of the people who've been here first. You've got to pick a best squad you can to
Well, I've not even sat and thought about the squad as of yet. But like I say, I've got 22, 23 bodies. I'll have a little look at it over the next 48 hours, see where we are and see what we're like, and then I'll maybe stumble across a starting 11, and then I'll try and put a bench of 9 together as well. So I'll try and cover all eventualities, and I'll try and get the strongest team and the strongest bench available to me. But like you just said, like I said, there is one or two going to be disappointed, and that's the nature of the beast. It's not nice. It's not a nice feeling as a player, as a manager, having to make them decisions. But like I say, it's one of those unfortunate things that you have to do as a manager.
7 unbeaten. Do you, as United, do you stick to what you're good at, or do you have to change things because of what you're facing?
Well, you'll have to adjust. You'll have to adopt. You'll have to adjust because of the opposition. We certainly don't want to go out and commit suicide and allow Manchester United A, lots of the ball, B, lots of space, C, lots of chances. So yeah, we have to adopt. We'll have to there'll be certainly situations and scenarios that crop up in the game that we'll have to manage. We'll have to deal with. You would anticipate Manchester United having a lot of the ball. You would anticipate Manchester United having chances. So those are things that we have to walk around, and those are things we know going into the game. But we will get 1 or 2 moments in the game, and it's about taking their moments. It's about being clinical and taking their moments, because like I said last week, if you give good teams chances, they'll be clinical and they'll hurt you and they'll take them. So like we keep saying, we have to be at it. We have to be at it both at the back, in midfield, and obviously when them opportunities arise, we have to take it.
Finally, from me, on Luke, what are his strengths? What is it that you like about him, Luke Jacob?
Luke is he's a goal scorer, natural goal scorer. He's an honest character. We've done a lot of background on him, and to fit into our group, we felt we had the right character. He's had a little bit of a sticky patch. He's went up to Scotland, but he's played in League 2, which he's scored goals in. He's done League 1. He's got promoted. So yeah, look, he'll take chances. He'll finish. He'll work the same as the rest of the lads, as hard as the rest of the lads. He'll fit into our change room, and he'll finish off those chances. He's good in the box. He's one of those fox in the box type of strikers that give him half a chance and he'll put it away. So yeah, he'd be a really good addition. I believe. We just need to get him up to speed. We need to get him them chances, and I'm sure he'll revel in the at the club, and he'll revel in the opportunities that we give him and the chances that he gets.
Is he beyond this season? Is he beyond this season?
Is he?
Is he signed beyond this season?
Yeah. He's signed. It's a permanent signing. So again, that was quite refreshing to come out in January. Since we've gone down the loan route quite a few times, but it's refreshing in January, and it's good. It's great actually, and with the backing of you, it's a permanent signing. So that's a step in the right direction as well, rather than going down the loan route all the time.
Is that a sign of what's to come in terms of there's money there to strengthen still?
I don't know. Like I said before, I don't do finances. Finances is not my remit. I deal with players. I deal with football, bibs, balls, and counting on the grass. So, if there's another player that we like and we'd like to add to the squad, I'm pretty sure you and the board will back us.
And you're hopeful of bringing in more before the deadline? Or?
I'll have a look. If, like I say, and if I've said this, and we've been quite consistent with it. If the right player, but first and foremost, he has to have the right characteristics. He has to fit into our change room. If the right player comes up and it's something we need, we'll certainly explore it. We'll look at it. I think I've mentioned to the local lads earlier on, I wasn't looking to flood the club. We were looking to bring 1 or 2 in. We've got 1. So if we bring 1 more in, then that'll be a successful window. But I've got a really, really good group of lads already, as I keep saying, and we've got 1 or 2 coming back from injury as well. So I wouldn't lose any sleep if I didn't add to the squad, to be fair, if Luke was the only signing, because of what we've got. So I'm really looking forward to the next couple of months, because we've got all the lads, well, most of the lads, out of the treatment table now, and we've got addition to Luke. The lads are in good form, confident, And yeah, I am. I'm looking forward to getting this game out of the way, and then the next couple of weeks, because we've got another big one as well next week against Swindon. So, look, it's an exciting time. It's an exciting time to be at the club.
Graham, you talked about the change of ownership here and your good relationship with Hugh Jenkins. Manchester United are going through a similar thing. Any advice for Eric Ten Hag?
You're asking me to advise Eric Ten Hag and Manchester United. Listen, I wouldn't get involved with that. That's listen. I just hope they come out the other end as well as we've come out of it. Yeah, you go through tough times. You go through those periods in your season or maybe in your career. But yeah, look, I hope they come out of it as well as we've come out of it, and as positive as we've come out of those tough times. But they'll be fine. They're a big football club. They know what they're doing. So hopefully they get to grips with it. They get a little bit of leadership in the football club, and they get on the pathway to success.
What do you make of the scrutiny he's had at the moment? Do all managers have a certain sympathy for others?
It's part of the job. It's part of the job. He knows what he signed up for. We all do. And I'm more relieved that the scrutiny is not on me and it's on someone else, because that's part and parcel. And one thing's for sure, what goes around comes around in football. And when you put yourself in the firing line, yeah, there's going to be bullets and muck and bullets flying and coming your way. So you got to know how to handle them. You got to know how to deal with them. But yeah, look, I've been in his shoes. I've been there, done that, got the T-shirt, and I'm just. He'll come through it. He'll be experienced enough to come through it. He'll have some good people around him, and that's probably the key: surrounding yourself with good people, good staff, good players, and I'm sure he'll come through and he'll be okay.
On a personal level, probably a question for both of you. You stated you're both Man United fans. On a personal level, how excited are you to have the team in town this weekend?
You know what he's saying?
Do it before yeah, so it's probably a game when you're a kid looking at the team you support. You probably think at the time that you're a million miles away from it, that you probably won't have an opportunity to play against the team you supported as a child. And the opportunity has arisen on Sunday, so now it's an exciting time, a time where you probably don't think it's going to come around, but luckily enough it has. So you have to enjoy the occasion, but at the end of the day, we've got a job at hand where we've got to give the best accountability of ourselves on Sunday and look forward as that. It's another game at the end of the day, and we've got to push ourselves into putting ourselves in the best stead to hopefully nicking the result and leaving a good account of ourselves at the end of it, where we can build momentum towards the end of the season. It's not just a once-off game here on Sunday. It's a game where it can kind of change the season for us. Really, it can bring everyone in the club, of the town, around us, and hopefully it can kind of push us on kind of into the end of the season, where we can kind of start looking up the table, looking at the positives and progressing, and hopefully finishing the season on a high. And obviously that's starting on Sunday.
Yeah, I think Chris said earlier, 8 or 9 games unbeaten. Is it time to start looking up the table? Obviously, Graham's alluded to all the injuries we've had, and we've been towards the bottom end of the table. Is it time to be a little bit optimistic now, going into almost the winning half of the season? Yeah, no, it is a time to be optimistic, but I think throughout the season, even when things weren't probably going as well as we wanted, in the changing room, we had the full faith in ourselves that we knew that we'd not been at our probably best. We knew that as a squad that we've got a squad that should be challenging higher up the table, which we knew ourselves. The results probably didn't show it at the time, but I think in the last couple of weeks where we've built a bit of momentum as ourselves, where probably 2 months ago we probably would have lost a game instead of taking a draw. In the last couple of weeks we've kind of started nicking a few more results where at the start of the season we might drop points. Obviously we want to win as many games as possible. Sometimes that's just not how it works, but you're better to take the point on the day and kind of build a bit of momentum like we have. I think the confidence in the dressing room is really high at the moment, and we've got a belief in ourselves that we should be looking up the table. We should want to do the best we can, and we want to finish the season on a high. We don't want to
finish the season just kind of mediocre, I suppose. Just kind of floating around, looking down, being aware of the teams below us. We want to push ourselves on as a club, as a group, as a team, that come the end of the season, that this season won't just be thought of this Man United game that we've had, and hopefully it can be looked back at it as a positive season overall, not just this FA Cup game.
Question to Graham on the injuries. How is the squad looking? Any update on, say, Carl Jameson, or how are we looking going into the weekend?
Yeah, we're looking fine, looking grand. Yeah, we've had a couple of lads back on the grass. We've had, like I said to you last week, we had 11v11, where we were able to get Oz and Kyle some minutes into them. We think they got an hour, 65 minutes. The rest of the squad joined in on that as well. We've got Declan's back on the grass as well. So hopefully, fingers crossed, in the next couple of weeks, we should start to integrate them and we can start getting them some game time. Like I said to you, pretty consistent. We find it difficult with the games because we haven't got a reserve league and we haven't got a B team that we can. So we have to kind of arrange the games in-house between ourselves. So we've managed to do that with the youth team joining in, and they've been competitive. So yeah, the lads are getting some good minutes into them. So it's just about building them minutes now.
How strong do you think Eric Ten Hag will go on Sunday? Will he name a full strength 11, or do you think he'll make one or two changes?
Oh no, he'll be strong. He'll be strong. He'll be as strong as he can get.
Any players you're looking forward to coming up against? Anyone? Any favourites for you?
No, not really. Listen, I'm a Man United fan, so I should sit here and should say they're all my favourites. So, but look, it doesn't matter what team he picks, what team he plays. They're, like I said to you earlier on, they're elite players, the Premier League players. They're the Champions League players and international players, as Ryan has alluded to. So, whatever team he puts out, whatever system he uses, whatever shape he goes with, they'll be top players, and it'll be a hell of a challenge and a massive task for our boys.
They haven't, because of the Premier League, going to break down paces to 14th against Tottenham. Do you think that'll affect them in any way, having a couple of weeks without playing a game?
Well, they'll be well rested and suntanned, won't they? They would have been off in the Caribbean somewhere while we've been slogging it out in the wind and the rain last weekend. So, look, it is what it is. It's Premier League. That's privileges when you get to that level. We'll obviously worry about ourselves, but I don't think that'll make a difference. They'll probably be fresh because of the little break they had. So we'll see what he names. We'll see who comes out and we'll see how they perform. But yeah, look, it's a massive task for us. And if that's an advantage, we'll take every little advantage we can. But I can't see it being an advantage, to be honest.
On the takeover, are you relieved that it's now done and it's out the way? It's been going on since the end of September.
Yeah, I think it's good that it's done. It's good that it's sorted, and now there's a clear vision and a clear process going forward for the football club. He's got some great ideas, which we've obviously chatted and discussed. And it's like I said earlier on, it's an exciting time for the football club, not only with the game but with the off the field activities as well. So I think we're all looking forward to what the next 12-18 months brings at the football club. I think not only the new owner, but the players as well, the fans, myself. I think we're all looking forward to what the next 18 months can bring.
With the signing of Luke now, does that free up someone, maybe Kiban Wright, to maybe go out on them now you've got that extra forward in?
I've not even thought about that, to be honest. Kiban is very much part of our squad. Look, it's a player that's come in, it adds competition to the squad, and that's what we wanted. So, like I say, if any of our lads is to go, they'll go under duress, because I'd want to keep them. I'm very, very happy with what we've got. The lads, Kiban is developing terrifically well. He led the line excellently well last week up in Doncaster. So no, I wouldn't like to see any male players go if that's the question you're asking me.